Welcome to Deceive and Believe, where we reveal the hidden psychological manipulations that attempt to control you every day. In this breakdown, we'll look at what bailiffs are, the dark psychology they use to pressure people, and the specific tricks they rely on to get compliance. Most importantly, we'll cover how knowledge of these tricks can be used to counter them, giving you back control of the situation. Before we begin, a quick disclaimer. This video is purely educational. We're looking at the psychology behind bailiff strategies, not offering legal advice. If you have a genuine situation, always seek proper legal advice. Bailiffs, also called enforcement agents, are people authorized to collect debts on behalf of courts, councils, or private companies. In legal terms, they have powers. For example, they can come into your home to collect debts owed, or in some cases, seize goods to pay for what is owed. But the law sets strict boundaries on what they can and cannot do. And here's the key. Their strongest tool isn't legal force, it's psychological pressure. Most of the time, bailiffs aim to make you hand over money voluntarily by making resistance feel impossible. Debt collection by intimidation isn't new. In medieval England, unpaid debts could mean prison or loss of property. Over the centuries, legal systems placed tighter rules on enforcement, but the fear of authority never went away. Today, bailiffs continue to rely on the same primal human weaknesses, fear, urgency, and deference to authority, to achieve compliance. Now let's break down the psychological levers they use. Authority bias. The badge, the uniform, the clipboard, these are all symbols of official power. Psychologists have shown for decades that people are susceptible to following perceived authority, even when it makes them uncomfortable. Bailiffs lean heavily on this instinct, knowing most people will comply rather than challenge authority. Urgency and scarcity. Phrases like final notice, last chance, or we'll take goods today create panic. This takes advantage of loss aversion. We fear losing something now more than we value future safety. Urgency shuts down rational thought, pushing you to act on impulse. Fear and intimidation. A 6 a.m. knock calling out your full name, standing close to you at the door, all designed to spark anxiety. Fear narrows your focus, making you easier to control. In that moment, you're not considering options. You're just reacting. Social pressure and shame. Bailiffs like to make themselves visible, speaking loud enough for neighbors to hear, parking their van outside. Embarrassment becomes another weapon. People comply quickly just to make the situation disappear. Foot in the door technique. They start small. May I check your name? Or may I pop in for a quick word? Once you agree to a small request, psychology shows you're more likely to agree to bigger ones. It's consistency, a mental trap that makes compliance balloon. Posturing. Bailiffs are trained to project dominance through body language, standing tall, taking up space, keeping a firm tone. This isn't random, it's psychological theater. Posturing triggers the subconscious belief that they're in total control, and you're not. The more imposing they look, the smaller you feel. And that's the trick. Bailiffs employ psychology more than power. But here's the truth. Once you recognize the tricks, you can resist them. Let's run through how to counter each trick and why those counters work. Resisting authority bias. The uniform and badge don't make someone untouchable. Ask politely to view proper ID and paperwork. By questioning, you break the automatic obedience response and give your rational brain time to re-engage. Authority loses its grip when you verify instead of blindly trusting. Resisting urgency and scarcity. If told, this is your final chance, pause. Take a breath. Urgency only works if you react instantly, and once you slow the moment down, the pressure starts to crumble. You can also ask simple grounding questions. What are the other possibilities today? Or, why does this have to happen right now? These questions shift the frame back onto them. Scarcity feels real in the moment, but often it's just theater designed to make you panic. Resisting fear and intimidation. When faced with loud knocks or close physical presence, keep distance, even speaking through the door if you wish. Fear thrives on immediacy and closeness. By creating physical and emotional distance, you minimize the intimidation factor and have the ability to stay calmer. If a bailiff is trying to shame you by yelling at you in public, recognize that for the trick that it is. Naming the trick, even to yourself, takes away its power. Shame works in darkness. Once you shine a light on it, the weapon is useless. Resisting the foot in the door technique. When asked small questions like, "Can I come inside?" or "Can you just confirm your name?" remember, you aren't obliged to escalate compliance. Saying no early stops the consistency trap before it grows. But you can also reverse the game by asking your own questions. Who are you? What is this about? Can you show me proof? Each question disrupts their rhythm, forcing them to justify themselves instead of you falling into compliance. One refusal or one well-placed question can block a whole chain of yeses. Resisting posturing. When someone looms over you or takes a dominant stance, it's psychological theater. Don't mirror their energy. Instead, stay calm, hold your ground, and control your breathing. Posturing only works if you accept the script. Neutral body language is a quiet form of resistance. Bailiffs don't rely on force. They rely on fear, urgency, and illusion. The moment you see those tricks for what they are, the illusion is broken. And when the illusion breaks, the power isn't theirs anymore. It's yours. Scammers, companies, even bailiffs, they all rely on psychology to push you into compliance. But awareness is protection. This was Deceive and Believe. If this breakdown helped you, share it with someone who might need it, and subscribe for more insights into the dark psychology used against you every day.